Hi, this is John. In this video, let us understand how you will create an expense in Dovyo CRM. Before going to creation of expense, there are certain mandates you have to do in this setup. Head on the setup that is in the left side nav bar. Go to finance section and in that expense categories. Hit on it. It will help you to create a category if you wish or desire to be there. It will be created using a name and the description of it. Once done, it will get listed here, and this expense category will get reflected in the expense model when you create it. Hit on create, you can see expense category. Alright, so to create the expense as like that, move your cursor to the left side and nav bar, hit on expense, you will get this page, click on create and fill in all the mandatory details. If you want to attach a receipt for this, you can attach a receipt, give the name and note, expense category as you created, it will get displayed here, expense date, currency will be the base currency. So to which customer you are going to do it, hit on the customer name. If you want to add the tax, you can give the tax for the expenses that you are going to create, and the payment mode, which payment mode you want to give. If you want to give any reference number or ID, you can give the reference number or ID. So if you want this expense to get repeated in a week or 2 weeks, monthly or whatever duration, just click on it. You will get to know the total cycles. Okay, cycle in sense like for how many days it should get repeated. I would say 7 or I would say 8, it will get repeated 8 times. Or else if I need this to get repeated for infinite times, for continually until I stop it, just give on infinity and hit on save. The expense will be created and it will be listed in this list page. So the created expense will look like this. In the expense tab, you will get to know the details of all the expenses. And if you want to create a task for this expense, you can create the task from here itself. If you want to set a reminder for this expense, you can hit on the bell icon here. Once created, your reminders will get displayed here. So if I feel that I want to convert this expense to invoice, I can hit on this convert to invoice. My expenses will get converted as invoice here, and this will look like this. If you want to make an attachment, I can make an attachment here. It's already been attached. So hit on and I can make the attachment here. Okay, so if you want to edit, hit on it so that we can re-edit the expense, the created expense I mean. If you want to print this expense, yes, you can print it. In the more option, you can copy, and if you feel that this record or this expense should be deleted, hit on this delete and your record will be deleted. So this speaks of by whom this expense was created, so when it was created and the date and time. The list page of the expense speaks of a brief detail, that is the category of the expense, the amount, the name, and the expense receipt if you have given the receipt details of the attachment, that is the attachments that you have made, the date, and for whom, which project this expense is for, and for which customer it is being created, invoiced or not, if so the invoice details, the reference details, and payments mode too. Also, you can make a search in the expense for the following fields. If you feel that your expense is billable, click on it so you can get all the billable expenses that is being created. Not billable, invoiced, and all the other filters can be used for the search icon. And if you want to see the status or the overview of expense, go to the top right corner. You can see expense overview icon. Hit on it. You will get to know the numbers or a representation where an overview is being shown. So in the settings icon, click on it. You can export the expenses. That is, it will allow you to export the created expense in Excel and also in CSV. This is how you will create an expense with Dovyo CRM. If you have any doubts or queries, feel free to contact a customer success specialist or an associate to get deeper insights on it. Thank you.